If your sales team is being nice and your pipeline is full of great calls that go nowhere, you don't need more leads. You need a better way to run discovery and control the process. Today we're comparing SPICE versus Sandler, two popular methodologies that solve two different problems, and when you combine them the right way, your discovery calls get sharper and your pipeline stops lying to you. Hey team, welcome back to Structured to Scale, powered by Elefante RevOps. Our mission is to help growth-focused leaders scale with clarity, systems, and confidence. SPICE, popularized by Winning by Design, is a discovery framework. It helps you uncover the buyer's reality and anchor the conversation around impact. Sandler is a selling methodology. It's designed to stop you from chasing deals, prevent unpaid consulting, and get mutual commitment instead of send me info. Here's the mistake most teams make. They pick one methodology and try to use it for everything. But SPICE and Sandler are better as a combo. SPICE gives you the structure of what to learn. Sandler gives you the structure of how to control the process. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, you'll learn what SPICE is best for, what Sandler is best for, where each one can go wrong. The Hybrid Playbook runs SPICE for diagnosis and Sandler for control without sounding pushy. Let's start with SPICED. SPICED stands for S, situation, P, pain, I, impact, CE, critical event, D, decision. And the mindset is simple. Great discovery feels like a professional diagnosis, not a pitch, not an interrogation, a diagnosis. Situation is the baseline. What's true today? What tools, process, and people are involved? What changed that made this a priority? Pain is the friction. What's broken, slow, risky, expensive, or inconsistent? And what does it cost them? Impact is where most sellers never go deep enough. What measurable outcome do they want? Not more efficiency, what changes in numbers? Critical event is the why now. By when do they need the impact? And what happens if they miss that date? Decision is the buying reality. How will they decide who's involved and what criteria matters? When SPICE is done well, it produces a clean storyline the buyer agrees with. Here's where we are, here's what hurts, here's what success looks like, here's the deadline, and here's how we'll decide. Now, SPICE is amazing at diagnosis, but it doesn't automatically prevent one big problem: letting the buyers stay vague. Buyers can love the conversation, confirm the pain, and even agree on impact, and still never commit to the real next step. That's where Sandler shines. Sandler is built to solve a different problem. Salespeople getting dragged through the buyer's process with no control. You've seen it. Can you send me information? We'll get back to you. Let me talk to my team, and suddenly you're chasing ghosts. Sandler's core idea is simple. You don't earn the right to pitch until you have a mutual, honest agreement on the problem and the process. Sandler is famous for a few concepts that matter in modern B2B. Upfront contracts. This is how you prevent nice meeting, no next steps. You set mutual expectations for the call, time, agenda, and what happens next. Sound familiar? That's why Sandler pairs well with ACE and SPICED. A Sandler-style upfront contract sounds like, we have 30 minutes. If at the end it looks like there's a fit, we'll schedule a deeper session with the right stakeholders. If it's not a fit, we'll say no. Fair? This removes the awkwardness later. It's not pushy, it's professional. Pain-based selling. Sandler emphasizes pain as the driver of change. But here's the twist. Sandler wants pain to be real enough that the buyer will actually act, even when internal friction shows up. In other words, if the pain isn't strong, there's no sale. There's only interest. No free consulting. Sandler protects you from dumping strategy on someone who isn't committed. You can be helpful, but you don't build them a full solution until there's mutual commitment. Qualification is ongoing. Sandler encourages you to qualify continuously, not just at the beginning because buying is emotional, political, and messy, reversing and disarming. Instead of arguing with objections, you disarm them. You say things like, that might be true, and maybe this isn't a priority right now. This often pulls the truth out faster than pushing. Now, Sandler's strength is control and honesty, but it has a common failure mode too. Teams take Sandler and become overly clever. They use reversing like a trick. They try to force a no to look confident, and buyers can smell that from a mile away. So Sandler should feel like clarity and professionalism, not manipulation. Now let's compare SPICE and Sandler head to head. Here's the clean comparison. SPICE is the diagnosis framework. Sandler is the control framework. SPICE answers what the buyer's reality and what outcome matters. Sandler answers, are we aligned on process, commitment, and next steps, or am I getting strung along? SPICE is best when you need clarity, complex problems, multiple stakeholders, outcome-driven decisions. Sandler is best when you need control, preventing ghosting, stopping unpaid consulting, and creating mutual commitment. SPICE can fail when the buyer stays vague and non-committal. Sandler can fail when reps act like they're playing mind games. So what do? We combine them. SPICE gives us the questions, Sandler gives us the boundaries. Here's how to run this in the real world without becoming salesy. Step 1. Start with a Sandler upfront contract. You can literally say, we've got 30 minutes today. My plan is to understand your situation and what you're trying to accomplish. If it looks like there's a fit, we'll align on next steps. If it doesn't, we'll be honest about that. Sound good? That sets control and permission. Step 2. Run SPICE for discovery. Situation and pain, summarize and pause, then impact. Tie it to critical event, then decision. Step 3. Use Sandler to enforce clarity. When the buyer is vague, don't fill in blanks for them. Use a calm Sandler-style pushback. Can I pause you for a second? If we can't quantify what success looks like, it'll be hard for you to justify this internally. What metric actually needs to move? Or, it sounds like this matters, but I'm not hearing urgency yet. What happens if you do nothing for the next 90 days? Step 4. Use Sandler to protect you from unpaid consulting. If they ask for a full roadmap too early, you can say, I'm happy to walk you through how we typically approach this, but building a detailed plan usually requires the right stakeholders and some internal data. If we confirm this is a priority, we can schedule a deeper working session. Fair? Step 5. Close with a mutual next step. Not I'll send info, a decision-based next step. Based on what we discussed, the next step is to bring in your operations lead and your finance partner. We'll confirm the impact target and timeline, then decide whether to move forward. Does that work? Now you've got SPICE clarity and Sandler commitment. That's a discovery call that converts. So here's the takeaway. SPICED helps you diagnose the buyer's world and anchor around impact. Sandler helps you control the process, prevent chasing, and get mutual commitment. If your team's discovery is messy, lead with SPICED. If your team is getting ghosted or dragged, layer in Sandler. And if you want the best of both, use a Sandler upfront contract, then run SPICED. Then use Sandler to enforce clarity and commitment. If this was helpful, subscribe. We break down growth systems every week here on Structure to Scale. And if you want help implementing a repeatable discovery system, call scorecards, coaching cadence, CRM fields, and the RevOps infrastructure behind it, check out ElefanteRevOps.com. Now tell me in the comments, what's the bigger problem on your team right now? Weak discovery or weak control of the sales process? As always, scale with clarity. My name's Colton Rodrigue from Elefante RevOps. Keep doing it big. Bye for now.